Hello and welcome to another episode of Will It Work? I'm Kevin. Today we're looking at Ultra Pong by Atari. Ultra Pong, I would say, is kind of a middle-of-the-road Pong system that probably came after the initial batch of, first edition type Pong games. It has 16 different games, if you want to call it that. They're just basically different modes of Pong. But, the way these go, the first editions had 4, and then there was like 6, and some had 8, but 16 kind of takes a little bit further. It's in color, keeps score. However, sound continues to come out of the base unit. It does have detachable controllers, bing bong, whatever, but no serve button. But it does support 4-player. So you can connect 4 of these to it. 2 can rest on the console. You can get 2 more. You'll notice there's a Sears here and an Atari. I had both. I will tell you right now, this does not work. Neither did the Tele-Games one that I have. For some reason, these particular models are prone to just not function very well. And for instance, here's the Tele-Games Pong Sports IV, which is essentially the same thing. It has, different names of the games, etc., but it's still the exact same console, just with a different name and branding. Unfortunately, though, neither system worked. I did take apart the Tele-Games Pong Sports IV to take a look at the circuit board and everything inside of it, but there's not a lot that seems to actually be wrong with it. I will show that to you if you're just curious. This is just the base of it. Right here was the RF adapter, because I was trying to see, if it's a signal issue. This is the actual microchip from Atari. Let's see what it says here. CO10765-057750. You got a clock there, power button. Sometimes capacitors go bad. These brown ones are, they're kind of dirty. But that's probably I did test them and they're not bad. These are ceramic ones, and ceramic ones don't really tend to go bad too often. These here are mica. They almost never go bad, and even if you did change out one of those, you'd probably lose the frequency they were on. Plus, these just control the controllers, essentially, and some of these other ones control like sound and things like that, like I think this guy does. So there's voltage, and everything seems right. It seems all to be running right, but ultimately, it's just not working. The chip even has power, but the Tele-Games one was just a no-go. See, even here, it's an Atari motherboard, even though it was inside a Tele-Games system. 1977. Innovative leisure. And the thing is with these, particularly, they're not rare. There's a lot of these out there, because Atari was, of course, the leader in all of this stuff, and they had Sears behind them as well, selling the clone system. So you can tend to find these on eBay fairly easily, and comparatively to other systems, not too expensive, somewhere in the vicinity of around $100 to, depending on like if you got an original box and all that kind of stuff. I saw one go just recently for $60. So, I'm not going to try and sell this one or anything. I'm probably just going to pitch it, actually, into the trash. It's just not worth refurbing it, and I don't think anybody would want it. And, it would be more of a hassle just to package it up and sell it. It also looks like, if you see here how this is stressed right here, it looks like somebody already opened this one up at one time before I had acquired it and was trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I know that these are just notoriously not stable for whatever reason, and I think I have some other models that are similar to this, like Pong doubles, etc. We'll take a look and see if any of these actually work, but I don't know why. It's just the model, Sometimes things don't work. It's really old, and that's part of the point of this show, is to find the ones that don't. And this is definitely a don't, as is the Tele-Games one. I tried to get one of them to work for you guys to show you what it was like, but not so much. And I think we're going to find a lot of Pong systems that just don't work. But some of them are a bit more rare, and I think that the more rare ones, there may be a guy out there that has a Pong collection and wouldn't mind putting in some time to recap it and try to get it working, because I think the microchips ultimately are decent. And, you know, it would take a lot to burn one of those out, I believe. So it's probably just a combination of signal loss, you know, degradation over time, and just corrosion. So Ultra Pong by Atari. We didn't get to see it, but I don't think anybody really cares that much about it. It's just another Pong game. That's an interesting little footnote from 1976. Okay, thanks. On to the next one.